You are listening to Reddit to Speech Stories. Welcome back, viewers, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries and anyone with ears or other sound detection organs. Hope you enjoy. We are continuing with Doom Guy Isekai by Angry Spider.
Chapter 47, After Doom. The soldier walked along the tunnel, still thinking about his encounter with Sloth. It had been by far the strangest thing that had happened to him thus far, even beating out Satan's odd actions. He couldn't stop thinking about how she'd seemed so ordinary. Whatever it was in the air in that place had at least temporarily diffused his perpetual anger, albeit not by much. Shaking his head, the soldier continued onward. Tagrel, anxiously waiting next to the entrance, made his way over to him. "Hey, you're back. How did it go?" The soldier gave him a thumbs up, feeling the familiar rise of anger at seeing the demon. This time, it wasn't quite as intense as usual, muted by the situation he'd just gone through. Daisy was still blinking away sleep, holding on to Isabel's fuzzy fur. "Yeah, he killed her. I mean, I was asleep the whole time, but you know Doom. He says something's dead, you can bet a Silvertown's casino it's dead." Tagrel grinned. "Great. So that's envy, wrath, and now sloth. The next one up is greed, and that one's gonna be fun. I've been wanting to shove a knife down that brat's throat for longer than you'd believe. More to the point, do you wanna get some supplies for Daisy and your dog? I've got a few employers up top that could summon us to the overworld. Oh yeah, and we've got to get her some shoes. Can't have her riding Isabel the whole time, can we?" Not for the first and far from the last time, the soldier wished that Tagrel didn't make good points. Or more preferably, that he was dead. Dead was always better when it came to demons. But, in this case, he did have a good point. He kept having to use Healing Punch on Daisy every time she walked around, and while her feet were getting calloused and tougher, it'd be a lot easier to simply purchase some footwear for the leapery. The soldier gave him a terse nod, feeling the tension in his neck crank up a few notches at the thought of agreeing with a demon. He decided to just not think about it too hard, or at all, and went over to Isabel to see how they were doing. The Orthrus seemed pretty much healthy, all things considered. Granted, it'd have been hard to tell if they were injured. Blood would have blended right in with their midnight fur, so they could have been injured several times without the soldiers noticing. As for the bulky shoulder attachments, the soldier recalled how they'd opened up to reveal rocket launcher racks. He wondered if perhaps there was a way he could personally aim and fire those racks. Maybe there was a joystick and trigger somewhere.
There isn't. I checked.
The soldier shrugged. Well, that was that. Tagrel bent down and started drawing a large circle on the ground, using what appeared to be a giant foldable protractor to get the outer and inner rings perfect. Stowing it away somewhere, he began to inscribe runes into the dirt, keeping them evenly spaced and carefully placed at intervals around the outside ring. Creating a pentagram in the center, he put his palm in the middle and muttered a word. A few moments later, the circle glowed red, and he stood back with a satisfied grunt. "There we go. I've got to warn you, I don't know where this'll pop up. Or what time it is. Actually, there's a lot of variables I don't have the answers for, so it might just be best to go through with your weapons ready." Summoning his classic shotgun, the soldier gave Tagrel a quick nod, and the demon snapped his fingers. A wide radius of crimson light spread out from the circle, glowing brighter and brighter as it expanded. In mere moments, it had encompassed everyone present, and the soldier readied his weapon. The light grew to such a level that the glare protection in the soldier's helmet activated, and he patiently waited for it to clear so he could kill something. Seconds later, the light dissipated, and the soldier found himself staring at a campfire. High above them, the full moon softly cast its beams down at everyone there, the rustle of old trees making themselves heard. The soldier was surrounded by demons. There were at least 6 humans in brown cloaks with a blood-colored eye inscribed on their hoods, staring unmoving at the soldier. There was a solid 4 seconds where nobody moved, too stunned by the events that had just taken place, and then one of the small ones screamed, "It's the Doom Guy." The clearing devolved into absolute chaos as the demons scattered in every direction. The soldier didn't hesitate, blasting one of their heads off and dismissing the shotgun for a more devastating weapon. A few seconds later, the familiar scream of triple barrels spinning up filled the area, and the soldier smiled. What essentially amounted to a beam of bullets erupted from the end of the chain gun, sawing through demonic blood and bone and quite a few of the trees without so much as pausing. The soldier slowly turned in a full circle as the panicking demons were almost literally mowed down with all the equivalent ease of a professional landscaper. A few seconds of blissful carnage later, the soldier lowered the chain gun, its barrels glowing red and smoking slightly. The once peaceful glade they stood in was stained red with demon entrails, and the soldier wouldn't have it any other way. Daisy lifted her hands from her ears where she'd been holding them down, looking around with a raised eyebrow. "Well," she said. "That was convenient." The soldier happily agreed. And he really needed to get her some earplugs.
End of chapter. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss any episode and do all the other YouTube stuff. Visit and support the author. All the relevant links are in the doobly-doo, and comment your opinions, good or bad. And I'll see you next time. And as usual, have a wonderful day.